Hey everyone, it's Emily Fox. Today's video is going to be a chill reading vlog, weekend reading vlog. I'm going to attempt to read one of my biggest books of the year. I can already tell it's one of my most anticipated books of the year also. To give you an idea visually of the size of it, because it is the prequel to The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. This is A Day of Fallen Night. I have an ARC, so an advanced reader copy of it, and I have the e-version, the ebook version. So I'm going to be reading that as much as possible throughout the weekend, and then, you know, until my wrap up, obviously. But I was supposed to do a week-long reading vlog, but it's not going to be possible because my last vlog, my Read It or Unhaul It, ended up being like double the time I had planned because I picked up a really big book at the end, and you know, we finish what we start, so I continued it until I was done with it. So we're gonna make it work. I just don't have time to do a full week because I'm gonna start my other challenge soon. So I thought, you know what, let's do a fun reading challenge for the weekend, trying to read as much of it as possible. I don't think I can read, I think it's 900 something pages. I'm gonna put it on the screen. The e-version is not fully edited, so it's a little bit all over the place. I don't even know how many chapters it is because it's, again, all over the place. But it's okay. I'm very happy to have it. So I'm aiming 50% of it. Maybe, I don't know, because right now my Kindle says that it's going to take me like 22 hours or something. I am not a fast reader, but I mean, 11 hours in a weekend, is that possible? I do have adult things to do, but we'll see. We'll see. I want to take down my Christmas tree. Way overdue. But yes, this is chunky. So if I finish it this weekend, I would have read, you know, my biggest book of the year so far, and probably of the year. So can we do it? Can we do it? Actually, I'm a little worried about it, but really excited. If you don't know, The Priory of the Orange Tree is a standalone adult fantasy. It's super complex, a lot of world building, which is probably why a lot of us were excited that we would get more in the world, even though it's not the same. The prequel is happening 500 years prior to this, so you get a little bit more of like the backstory that you hear hints of in book one. The author mentioned that there's still going to be like dragons. It's still an epic battle between good and evil. It's still going to be a little gay, and I believe we're going to get more of the like witches. I don't think it's the right word, but like the women that are in the Priory of the Orange Tree, because you barely get any in here. That was my, you know, biggest complaint. But yes, I did start it this morning, I'm gonna be honest. I'm about at 5% into it, and so far I'm incredibly confused, and I remember now why some people don't like it, is that there are many point of views. I'm not sure how many so far, but I believe in this one there were like 3 or 4 at least, and same thing with this one. But like each character, like each point of view, you get so deep into it, and then you switch to the next one and you're like, oh no. So I think it's going to take me, you know, the rest of the day to get the hang of it, but I'm really, really excited because, again, one of my most anticipated releases of the year. It's coming out February 28th, and I did pre-order a copy of it. Even though it's hardcover, I prefer not mass market, paperbacks, because they're floppy. It's just so satisfying, but it's okay. It's so pretty. I need to own this, and I'm afraid that my advanced reader copy will be returned before I have time to finish it, because I have until the end of the month, and then in February I'm doing my 1 week, 1 shelf. So yeah, panicky trying to read it as quickly as possible, but still, you know, enjoy it. And then, like I said, I have a little bit of organizing in this room to do, so follow me along. Hopefully we have a nice chill-ish weekend. I forgot to mention, I've been reading this book for my nonfiction. I like to have, you know, a nonfiction or a classic going at the same time that I do my other reading. And I'm reading Women Race in Class by Angela Davis. And I'm at chapter 6. I've been trying to read a chapter a day. It doesn't happen every day, but I feel like it's a good number of pages to go through it. It's like a historic study of these movements. So the abolition of slavery, and then suffragette movement, and like how they were combined together. I did not learn any of this in school. I don't know if it's because I live in Canada, but we learn absolutely nothing. Like maybe get the date, but that's it, which I think is just such a miss. But earlier this week, I had some thoughts. I'm going to insert them here. They're a little bit all over the place. There's a lot more nuance to the whole thing than, you know, I included in the moment, but I was really curious to hear your thoughts. So good morning. Don't mind me. I have to go take a shower. I wanted to discuss something about this book because I've been trying to read a chapter a day, and it's fantastic, by the way. Really, really great. I've been struggling with something, and I don't know if anybody else will relate, or maybe not. I just want to vent a little bit. I struggle to have anyone to look up to because people are people and they're not going to be perfect. But I feel like whenever there's someone that has done amazing things, when something comes out that they also did some awful things, I kind of just can't do it anymore. Like, okay, for context, in here, there is a person that was mentioned a couple times. I was going to say character, and I felt like it rang a bell, and it's definitely not from school because I don't know about you, but for me, we didn't learn anything about racism or slavery or even the suffragette movement. Like, we'll have like a date and that's it. That's it. So I'm learning a lot of really great things, but I kept seeing the name Frederick Douglass, and he was a Black man who was participating in these movements, and I felt like it rang a bell. And I looked back, and on TikTok, listen, as much as we can say bad things about TikTok, you can learn a lot. And I remembered hearing something about him in a TikTok video, and I went back and looked, and actually I had saved it, so go me. So I'm going to put her at, but the creator, her name was Sydney, and she was talking about him. And so I watched the video, and then I went back and did more research because I wanted more tea. But the video wasn't 100% about that, him, but essentially he was known because he taught himself to read as a slave, which is like super impressive. Apparently a slave owner. But the person that owned him was very against anyone learning how to read. And Frederick Douglass apparently had said that, you know, freedom, like education is freedom, knowledge is freedom. And the creator was also saying how he had been married 20 plus years to this woman who I looked up, and her name was Anna Murray Douglass. And they were together for years and years and years, and he never taught her how to read, which is very telling. So that's why I said I went back to get more tea, and she freed him. She was a freed woman when he was a slave, and she bought him. And obviously, I'm sure there's a lot more context and nuance. Feel free, if you know more, to add that in the comment section. But this is what I mean, but I really struggle because even in here, and that's what, you know, rang the bell in my head. It was mentioned that, like, even though he was very much supporting the women too, there was still some moments. And I was like, what do you mean some moments? And that's where I looked. But yeah. Anybody else struggles? Because I was like, oh, I need to read more about him. And like, obviously I'm not opposed to learning more. I'm sure I'll get more in here. But it annoys me so much. I don't tend to like look up to people, but if like the other day I was wearing a shirt with Keanu Reeves on it, because it was a really funny shirt. It was a gift, and I think it's hilarious because he's definitely, you know, one of the men that you see in Hollywood that seems to be a good person. Hopefully he is. But if something came out that he was an awful person for XYZ reason, I would actually be sad about it because he genuinely seems to be a good person. And I feel like I can't, it's like books, I can't separate their work from them. Like, it's together. I'm missing the second hand, but the gesture of like two hands, I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, even the other day, I got an email asking me if I wanted to promote the new Harry Potter game, Hogwarts Legacy. And I said no. Because I don't want to support, and I literally said that in the email, I don't want to support J.K. Rowling. I just don't. So yeah, this whole tangent brought to you by this fantastic book. I'm learning a lot. I've been putting post-its, and reading a chapter a day, I think, is a good pace for me. So yeah, I'm a little frustrated this morning because I saw his name and I was like, I feel like I know, and now I do. So yeah, like I said, probably a lot more nuance to it, but I've been realizing that I've become harsher and harsher in my views as I get older, but it could be because we're all struggling a little bit right now because, you know, the pandemic has been ongoing for so long. And right now it's winter here. I'm also a little depressito at times. I'm doing great right now though, but you know. So yes, a chapter a day. We're gonna try to read one today and then one tomorrow, and I think I'm about halfway. No, I will be after the next two. So that's also in the plan, but just 2 chapters because I have to focus on the Priori or A Day of Fallen Night. Okay, things are getting good. Things are getting good. I feel like I'm finally getting a sense of like who is who. Because same thing as the first book in the series, you're just thrown into it. There's just so much world building, but it's good. Like, I just want to dive in and just like take my time to savor it. So I'm trying not to like binge read it. I think that was a bad idea. I'm currently at 21%, and I think I'm done for tonight. But so far, I find the story interesting. I feel like the pace is good. I like everyone's point of view. I feel like book 1, there were some point of views I liked a bit more, but so far I'm not feeling that, so that's really good. But before I go to bed, I'm going to go take off my makeup, and I'm going to watch the first episode of 3 Pines. I am excited. I've heard great things, so we'll see if I agree or not, but I'm definitely looking forward to... Apparently they flip-flop between French and English, and it's like Quebec French, so I'm excited.
Someone's there.
Should we break it down?
It's not a movie, Agent Nichols. Step back. There's a grieving family inside.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I find it so funny, but I feel like her reaction is something like the sound she's making. That's what we sound like, 100%. The only thing is, I thought she was supposed to be like kind of a messy character, but she doesn't seem like that in TV show. But I feel like I had heard that there were no spoilers, and now that I've said that out loud, that sounds dumb, but the first episode is book 2. Luckily, I'm currently listening to book 3. But yeah, it looks good. I think I will prefer the TV show over the books, because book 3, I kind of want to give up. So I might just watch the show instead, which I never do that. But let me know if you've watched the show and read the books, what you prefer. But I really like that they've added a whole section of the episode about Indigenous women. So yes, I would recommend the show, and I knew I was going to like the flip-flopping between the French and the English. It's 100% how we sound like. Good morning. I am at chapter 30, which is 27% into it. I thought I would have made more progress, but I just didn't. So today is going to be a productive day. Hopefully I will finally bring down my tree, my Christmas tree. Like, why is it still there? I mean, I know it's pretty, that's why I kept it there, but I don't want to have a Christmas tree in February. So we're going to do that today, and then we're going to attempt to make some more progress with this one. I just got distracted by the other book and everything else. So that's the plan. I would like to get to 50%. I'm not sure how realistic it is. I don't read fast. Every time I read an ebook, when they tell you your speed, it stresses me out. I always hide it because I'm apparently not a fast reader. I'm consistent, but not fast. And yeah, I think this is taking me like 20 hours or something to read the whole thing. It's currently saying I have like 14 something hours left. So that would mean that I need to read like for 5 hours today to get to 50%, which I don't think is realistic at all, but I'll try. Okay, I filmed my TBR for the month. I'm really excited because I picked my first shelf for week one shelf. I haven't chosen the books. I haven't looked at the shelf yet. We're going to keep that for the vlog, but it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I'm very happy. Actually, the video will be up when this one is going to be going up. So it's sci-fi. So very excited. I mean, how could it go wrong? It's especially good shelf. I haven't looked, but I know. I just wrote down the numbers, so I know. So we're going to be productive now since we're already on the go. I'm going to clean up the cabinet. I'm going to show you Snow Globe Emily because I get a lot of questions. She's fine. She's there right now looking at me. And then we're going to bring down the tree. Goodbye, Christmas. We'll see you in 10 months. Oh, and I want to let you know, I'm listening to What My Bones Know, which is a nonfiction that is incredibly depressing. It's about complex PTSD. So, even though I'm dressed like I'm ready for Valentine's Day, know that I'm dying inside. Showing you a quick before so you can see. I wasn't kidding when I said I just wrote down the numbers. I was a little last minute. So showing you the Christmas decor, we can enjoy it one last time. It's gonna be so empty without it. And this is the cabinet. You can see it's a mess. I have construction and just papers and the books and my camera, I got it. And this is Slow Globe Emily. She's fine. You can see she's totally okay. She's been chilling there at the top shelf, of course. So I want to like clean this up, and I want to just organize these books. I think I'm going to separate them by genre, because I'm going to be collecting all my new books in this cabinet throughout the year, so I can do a different challenge with it. We said that the Read It on Haul It would not contain the new one, so it just made more sense to do it that way. And yes, at least I want them to be organized, because once I add more and more every month, it's going to get very overwhelming, and I want to see what I've bought. So that's the plan.
Lazy Sunday mornings, hiding under covers. I don't mind staying.
I'm not sure how to organize them. Should I make a pile of the ones I really want to read and then the rest by genre? I think I'm going to do that. Emily's going to hang out with the one I really want to read.
Coffee shop we like to go. Late night walks with you to take me home.
Okay, so this isn't really aesthetically pleasing, but it just makes sense considering that I've only put books from the first month in the year, and we're gonna have 12 months, so like I need to somewhat organize them. So nonfiction, contemporary, mystery, thriller, fantasy, sci-fi, and then I put Emily in charge of the books I'm dying to read, so 2 sci-fi and 1 nonfiction. So that's the look. Again, right now it's kind of empty, but give me a couple months and I will have hoarded a lot more books. So Christmas tree now.
Just your simple love and it's everything. The simple joy of hearing.
I don't think I'll ever buy a star now that I use this one, because it's just way funnier this way.
Don't need too much. Just your simple love and it's everything.
Walking to the market, strolling hand in hand, exchanging letters when you're away.
I don't understand how this whole tree ever fit in that box. Look at this. It's never going to fit again.
Say you love me, I seem to ascend to the heavens above, where we fall.
I'm gonna go fight for my life in my stairs now. I think I'm gonna keep these all winter because, I mean, they're wintry themed. They're not necessarily just Christmas. I'll switch them up for something else for the summer, but I feel like colors are needed in that corner. I need to fix that. But now, because I forgot to do it last vlog, I need to do what I'm supposed to do with my red books from my Read It or on Haul It. So these two are going here. This is going to be so full by June by the time I do that video. And this one for now is going to go back. I think its spot was somewhere in there. Yeah, because her other books are here. So let's just squish it. There you go. Yay. This is the day after. It looks so sad and empty, but I mean, it doesn't help. There's absolutely no sun right now. So, you know, a little sad, but we're gonna fill it in. I'm gonna find things to make it cute all year round. And obviously the cabinet is also pretty empty, but at least it's organized. We like it like that. Did you hear that? Hi, kitty. So unfortunately, the little black kitty is here again. I'm not mad at it. Oh, there she is. Say hi. Say hi to the people. See? I've heard more tea about neighbors. Apparently, this is her third cat, black cat. She purposely buys black cats and leaves them outside, and apparently the last 2 were hit by a car. there's a big street, just coming for the phone. There's a big street not too far from here, and apparently they've been hit, which makes things even more sad. But there's currently a snowstorm, and as I was coming upstairs to, you know, relax in bed, take off my makeup and everything, she jumped into my door. And I mean jumped. Do you want to come here? Stop walking everywhere. Just come and cuddle. There you go. Oh, she's so cute. She just chirps. So yeah, I didn't have the heart to leave her outside. It's dark and there's a storm right now. So I usually don't let cats in. It's just her. The other ones, you've seen me. I just open a door and cuddle them outside. But like, I can't say no. She's tiny. I don't think you can tell how tiny she is from the clips, because I mean, right now she's right in my face, but like, she is so small. Thank you. You done? Okay. So yeah, that's not what I was going to talk about, but yeah, she chirps at me. What am I supposed to do? I know that otherwise she's going to go and sleep at my other neighbor's house, because they leave a box outside for her, because most nights she's there. So yeah, to go back to the point of this update, I did not make it. I am 34% into it. I'm sure I'm going to read a little bit more before I fall asleep. But did not hit 50% unless I do like a one-nighter. I'm not going to make it. And I do have to work tomorrow. So I'm sorry. I have a lip balm and I have some of her hair now on my face. So yeah, I did not make it, but I wanted to update anyway to say I've made some progress. We're happy. I still think that it's not something you want to rush. Can you tell at the bottom? It says that 13 hours, well, 12 hours and 54 minutes. I don't read fast, but it's like I read 10 hours. If the amount that they said in the beginning was really the amount that it took me. So I really tried. I think 5 hours in a weekend is good. I think, you know, it was good. And I didn't read my chapter in my Angela Davis book. Maybe I should. But yes, what I wanted to say is that something really good happened earlier today in the book, I mean, and things are really getting good, like little twist, and like it's already super interesting. I think this one is going to be, I mean, if it keeps going like this, so far I feel like I'm going to enjoy it more than book one, which is big. So yeah, somewhat successful, chill-ish reading vlog, and I even got some company. So that's it for this weekend. I will see you next month actually for my next vlog, because I'm going to start my 1 week on shelf. I'm starting it Saturday to give myself a whole week before I upload the video. I'm starting it a little bit early just so I can post all 4 in February. So I have a couple days left to, you know, try and finish it. But I think I'm going to have to wait until the end of February. That's going to be weird to put it on pause for a month, but it is what it is. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Thumbs up, subscribe. Let me know if you're planning on reading this prequel. I keep wanting to call it like the sequel. The prequel. And if you haven't read the first book, I highly recommend it. So I'll see you next one. Bye.